Nadia, is it fair to say that you have been on a bit of a journey, as we say these days, towards body acceptance in your life?
Yes, and you've been there with me for a lot of it. So we had the body stories and we all stood in our pants and had our photographs taken. I did therapy, I did Overeaters Anonymous, I dealt with my stinking thinking, I threw all the trolls out of my head. It's been a lot.
It has. I mean, there was quite a few years, you know, if we would go on holiday, you would not take that sarong off,
Nothing
would you?
could get me to take it off, nothing.
On the beach?
No.
So it's been a big
I got to a good place.
Thing for you.
Yeah.
Really good place. Until... So, last week, one of the, I think a lot of people remember that thing on social media that everyone was doing. They fed some details into AI and it produced a sort of Barbie-type doll.
Yeah.
Everyone was doing it. We did it on Loose Women. And so I think you were on, weren't you, Jane? So there's Jane. There you are, Jane. And there's Mylene.
Jane looks like a multi-billionaire.
She does.
Mylene looks like a princess. Olivia just looks like a goddess.
Yep, they all look absolutely fantastic. Would you like to introduce your doll, Nadia?
I would like to introduce...
The Nadia.
The Nadia. I think the big problem with it is it looks like there was a really big bowl of something that I didn't stop eating until it had all gone.
There's literally nothing in the bowl, presumably.
No, it's just the oddest doll.
It doesn't look like you at all.
It's not really size, it's not really... It's just...
But did it genuinely
It was a
destabilise
shock, and I sort of laughed everywhere about it, you know, as one does. And then, because I am dysmorphic, because I do see something different from what I am and all of that, and I've worked so hard at not having that image of myself.
What's the camera?
It's my face. Look at my face. I just look like...
I think if you took the bowl out, it would be a lot better.
It's just
bowl
a
is
bowl.
giving Mother
what did it do?
Yeah.
What did it do to your head?
Well, it just went to that morphed idea of myself, you know, and it just really did knock me for a bit. And then all those trolls that I live in my head. That's why I always say, trolls, don't ever say anything to me, because I create the best trolls ever in my own brain to have a go at myself. And it all sort of like, it started to come back in. Oh, my God, you just look da-da-da and you're this and you're that. And then it just got ridiculous. I was really quite, like, freaking out and thinking, like, how much weight have I put on and all of this sort of stuff. And then I just told myself off. I just get real. There is so much suffering going on in the world. There is so much more than this and your own brain giving you nonsense to think about. The noise.
Yeah.
Just get on with it. So I made my own doll and posted that instead, and it was an activist doll because my activism is my heart and soul. And I felt healed. I was just like, just stop being so bloody... Sorry. So silly. Stop being so...
So blooming silly.
Don't have done all that work and then just slip back into it.
From a doll as well.
I know, because on Instagram I'll get my belly out, I'll squeeze it, I'll show everything. But it's like what I'm...
Yeah, but then
also
you're in
that
control
doll doesn't look anything like
But
you.
I don't think it was so strange. It was a doll.
Yeah,
It just reminds me that I have to always be aware to not
keep it
let
in check,
that madness in, you know.
Yeah, but I think that madness, that noise that you describe, an awful lot of people will relate to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting, there's research out saying that, you know, once women get older and get to the age of 60, that really does quieten down and there's a much greater acceptance of, you know, the way they are physically.
Someone makes an AI doll of it.
A good thing. But are you still kind of in the midst of that noise?
Oh, 100%. Like, I think, you know, like we were all talking earlier and you were saying that kind of goes a bit as you get older, and I'm like, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really... I think especially in the age that we live in, you know, everyone's putting pictures up all the time. We're having to post pictures, or like, especially in what we do, you see yourself a lot. I know that sounds silly, but you do. You see your own face and stuff a lot. And I'm so tough on myself. And I actually do find it harder. I know I'm... How old am I? 36. Lol. And I feel like I'm looking at myself all the time to be like, look, see, you are getting older. Look, and I've got that fear of becoming invisible.
Yeah.
Like, as I get older.
To whom?
I don't know. I suppose to who? Yeah, I don't know.
Losing your looks?
Yeah. That I'll just become like, I don't know. It's weird.
Like me.
I didn't want to say it, but I see you.
No, I mean...
It must be that. I mean, like, you know, from a really young age, a really successful pop star, you're beautiful, and don't anybody think that beautiful people don't have these issues, because how many times do we talk to
Oh,
celebrities and people that are just, you look at, like, I look at you and I just see the most gorgeous, gorgeous girl. But I would never say that to you if you said I have these feelings, because I know it's not actually about the way we look. It's the way that we think about ourselves. And that's the case with that picture. That it's not really about that picture. It's about that madness that
internal.
gets in. So I suspect you get very little empathy when you talk like that, because they go, yeah, you're Frankie, you're gorgeous, you're slim, you're this, you're that. No,
we do it with friends,
stop it.
don't we?
Yeah.
You know, we all sit there with our friends and they'll say, oh, I hate this and I don't like that. And we can all go very honestly, oh, no, like, I love that about you, or I don't even see that, or whatever. But we all are so horrible to ourselves.
Jane, have you ever had that?
It would shift.
Or you've just not had those voices?
No, not really. I mean, it's interesting you say about invisibility, and yes, it will come. And I think...
That's not making her feel good.
We can't cheer you up on this, love.
That feeling of invisibility as a woman definitely hits you, yes. But it's more to do with, I suppose they talk about, you know, like all our lives we go through the prism of the male gaze. So it's like, you know, the whole thing is like, how attractive are you? And then as you get older as a woman, that diminishes, whereas sometimes for men it gets better. They don't seem to
Not
suffer
for many
it.
of them.
Well, no, but, you know, the silver foxes or whatever. But, so I think there's an element of that, but it is also a bit of a relief, I suppose. But then sometimes, I don't know, you can just be in a room and you think, actually, nobody... It's very weird, because nobody notices you until you say something.
Yeah.
Whereas they used to notice you because you were, you know, looked like you.
Yeah.
That never happened to me.
There's a value. There's still a value in this country, which I think is quite unique to Great Britain, actually. There's a value in youth and beauty.
Yeah.
And then your value diminishes as you get older. We don't value experience and wisdom and...
But both experiences have their ups and their downs, don't they? And I think, personally, I would actually rather take the invisibility, if that's what we're calling it, because to a certain extent, you know, it's a release. It's a release from all those kind of demons. Because, I mean, you couldn't be any more beautiful, but you're still, your head is going. I
think it's slightly changing, and I hope by the time I'm a bit older that it has changed, because I think women are almost fighting back.
Yeah.
They're, like, changing careers as they get older. They're realising their worth is more than what we've been told it is over the years. I think we realise now we are more than just mothers, or we're more than just our jobs, or we're more than... And I'm hoping that continues as time.
And for all the time that we talk about social media being so negative and everyone looks perfect, I never grew up seeing anyone just showing themselves, and we see so much more of that now. We do. And we see bigger sizes and we see all of that. So it is shifting. We are allowed to have differences more, I think.
We got to a nice place.
We did, didn't we?
It was good.